I received this letter from the California Board of Medicine about a week ago regarding a complaint I made about Joe Sepulveda, who is the head of psychiatry at Family and Healthcare Centers of San Diego, who fraudulently claimed to have been my psychiatrist and fabricated a number of kind of dangerous sounding psychiatric conditions. That's a long story. I'll tell it elsewhere on this channel. But this was an entirely new complaint. The medical board did not investigate that. At least not a serious investigation, because they never called me. They never talked to me about it. They never got my side of the story. So this is a wholly different complaint about him fraudulently claiming he was a professor at the University of California Medical Center, professor of psychiatry. He is not. He has never been. And you can't get away with that at other professions. That would simply not be acceptable. But the Medical Board of California seems to have enabled a lot of dishonest and even criminal activity. So I'll read this letter in whole. It's fairly short. Dear Rob Gordon, this is to advise you that the Medical Board of California has concluded its review of your complaint. Based upon the information available, it was determined that the issues raised in your complaint have already been reviewed and are redundant to control number, long 10-digit number. As such, the board is unable to pursue this matter further, and your complaint has been closed. Thank you for contacting the Medical Board of California sincerely, and it's signed Rachael McCormick, Staff Systems Analyst, and it has her phone number there. So there's the letter. This cannot be true, because they didn't know about this information and the information I sent to them about his fraudulent claims about being a professor. You can't do that in other professions, but he did it. So this is quite simply a dishonest report. You could call it lies, but it could also be a mistake. So I want to keep an open mind, although the Medical Board of California is proving itself to not be a very honest agency. So I'm going to call Rachael McCormick right now to see what I can find out. Since California is a two-party state, meaning both parties have to give their permission to recording a phone call, if her voice bleeds through on this conversation, if I have one, then I will mute her side of the conversation.
Rachael Medical Board of California Central Complaint Unit is not available. Please leave a message at the tone. When you have finished, please hang up or press the pound key for more options.
Yeah, hi, Rachel. My name is Rob Gordon. I called you last week about a complaint I had about Joe Sepulveda, about him fraudulently claiming to have been a professor at UC San Diego Health, and he is not. Your letter says that the medical board had already reviewed that information or investigated that information. That's impossible because you didn't know about it. Only a few people do. So this information is, well, we'll just say not accurate right now, and I do need to understand it. Give me a call as soon as you get a chance, please. I'd like to hear from you today, if at all possible. I shouldn't have to call twice. I called last week. This did affect my life personally because it prevented me from getting mental health help at this organization. So this is unacceptable to me, and I need to know what's going on. Thank you. My number is 858-848-5001. I'll be looking forward to hearing back from you. So I'm a big believer in individual accountability, especially in government, and especially with what I've been through. So I tried to find a bio of some kind for Miss McCormick. Couldn't find one, a LinkedIn profile, anything like that. All I was able to find was this, with her name on it, was this old report, some kind of an org chart from the Medical Board of California. And her name is on it under enforcement support down here in the bottom left-hand corner. So this report is from 2010. So she's been there a good long time, 14 years at least, probably longer. So she has a lot of experience with that organization, which, depending on how you look at it, is either good or bad. But this is unacceptable. And the other thing I was able to find, I don't know if it's accurate, but it seems like it might be. This just popped up, and it's some kind of some kind of an accountability payroll information, which gives the pay rates of government employees, I believe. And she is listed as making $69,788 a year at the Medical Board of California, just about $70,000 a year. That's decent pay. I guess what I have to point out is that I spent a ton of my own time, personal time, uncompensated, and I make nowhere near that much. I spent a lot of work. I do have a cognitive challenge. It takes me longer. A lot of work and got nothing for it, except this letter automatically spewed out. Who knows if they even bothered to look at it? So I need an explanation. Rachel, your signature is on this, and it's not honest. This is not an honest document, not an honest letter, but your signature is right down there at the bottom. So I do need an explanation. I've called you twice now. Please call me. Thank you.